Today is August the 29th, 2023. It's about 4:51 p.m. and my name is Birdie. I'm Raymond Lewis Ivy's youngest daughter slash child. And today what I want to speak about is the lies that Mr. Lester Gillespie has been saying about my dad, which are not true, and it can bring danger to my dad, me, my sister, and our home. And I feel as though it was disrespectful for him to bring up my mother, even though my mother wasn't in me and my sister's life. She never told us anything about how my dad put his hands on her or abused her, but she did tell us about how some of the people from the Charleston, Missouri Police Department and some of the people from the Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center, as well as Mr. Lester Gillespie, tried to make her lie and say that my dad was putting his hands on her and abusing her, and how that they used her during her addiction instead of trying to help her. And I want to show y'all a video that my mother made 6 years ago before she passed away, speaking about it. And you'll know she's talking about Mr. Lester Gillespie because she says the person that was convicted of voter fraud, and everybody knows that Mr. Lester was convicted of voter fraud. And I want Mr. Lester Gillespie to produce any police report saying that my dad was convicted of being a rapist, and I want him to produce any police report or the photos that he claimed he has of my mother with her eyes swelled and her face swelled that my dad allegedly did. And I want to ask Mr. Lester and his daughter to stop lying on my dad, saying that they're terrified of him when he hasn't harmed anybody in the 27 years he's been down here in Charleston, Missouri.
I'm volunteering to do this video on behalf of Raymond Lewis Ivy and our two beautiful daughters. Less than 24 hours, the Cubs have clinched the Dodgers in the National League and on their way to the World Series. A beautiful feeling. But the best feeling is when I ask God, my ex-husband, Raymond Lewis Ivy, and our two beautiful daughters for forgiveness in all that I've done. Despite the fact that I've done wrong, he has forgiven me, my children have forgiven me, and I've forgiven myself. In saying that, the things that are going on in Charleston, Missouri against my ex-husband, Raymond Lewis Ivy, are false. Some of the employees of the Charleston, Missouri Police Department, the Charleston, Missouri R1 School District, and some of the employees of the East Prairie, Charleston, Missouri Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center are accusing my husband of things that are not true. I apologize. It's really disturbing to think that the people who have pulled and are doing things and receiving government finances to do things that Mr. Raymond Ivy is doing for free and helping others as myself, men and women, for free. In my addiction, I've done things that he's forgiven me for, my children have forgiven me for, my family has forgiven me for, but most of all, I've forgiven myself. The things that are being accused against my ex-husband are absolutely false. With no doubt in my mind, I know for a fact that it's not true. To think of a person that has taught me things, I apologize, it's just disturbing to know that someone from Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center has something to do with all of this. The accusations that he's going around grabbing little kids, telling them that he's a rapist, that Raymond Ivy is a rapist and a child molester and a pedophile are absolutely false. And it makes me very, very uncomfortable to realize that this person is a board member of the Nutrition Center of the Financial Advisor. In saying that, I apologize. It's very disturbing to even think that those kind of things are going on. Some of the employees of the Charleston, Missouri Police Department, I've seen for myself because I was a victim of their corruption. I was one of the ones that they convinced to go against my husband at that time. To convince me to go and grab my children against their will because of the things that they thought he was, which he's not. So in saying that, some of the employees of the Charleston Police Department are corrupt, along with some of the employees of the Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center. This one individual has been convicted in 1998 for voters fraud and cannot vote to this day. So, due to all the corruption that he's had a part of, he's going against my ex-husband, which should not happen. And so, with that being said, he would come along with people in my addiction and other men and women and offer them $1, a can of beer to vote for him, which was, at that time in my addiction, was fine. He also had, offered other things to men and women in our addiction that you don't do for nothing. That's the kind of man that he is, He's a liar, a cheat, a fraud, as you know he's been convicted of. In saying that, I would just like to say that to those who are listening and watching this video, to please support him, because he's doing a wonderful job to support Raymond Lewis Ivy in doing what he's doing best, helping others, bringing unity back to the community for free. Again, some people, as the person that I've mentioned, not saying any names, but I'm pretty sure you guys may understand who I'm talking about, are getting federal government finances and are not doing a well job whatsoever. So in saying that, the things that Raymond Lewis Ivy is doing is godlike. He's a Christian, he's an ambassador of Jesus Christ, and he's a major help to people of my kind and other kinds, men and women included. Children as well. Children, I used to live in Charleston, Missouri. That was my ex-husband. And children looked up to him, came up to him and asked him and for advice and just gathered around him. So for people to accuse him of things that are not true is appalling. And he's also a civil rights leader, along with Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, even Obama, are fighting for our country.
You get everything you need, sir.
Is there anything else that you needed?
I'm not leaving my property until we both leave together.
Is there anything else?
I don't even trust her with you.
Is there anything else that you?
Okay, why don't you trust her with me?
First of all,
Hold on, wait, stop.
You did.
this is my house.
You own the house, but you rent it, sir.
Stop it.
Listen to me, man.
Huh?
Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, go on and do what you're
I'm
gonna do.
going to do what I'm doing. I'm taking a report.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call fire.
You can call Brent.
Don't do that to him, because he ain't even done nothing.
No,
This is what you're doing. You getting
I
on
opened
to
that door 'cause she was
everybody.
in the way.
But you getting
She
on
was
to
standing behind us,
everybody.
so you committed an assault.
You getting on to
And a
everybody.
burglary because you can't go into your house
You're
if you've
get-
rented it to somebody.
Let me tell you what happened, sir.
You barged into the door. I seen it.
The door was open.
Y'all stop.
The door was
Yeah, the door
closed.
was open, but she was
And she
standing
was
behind it,
standing
and
right
you pushed it
there.
open.
And I asked her, we coming in.
You pushed it open.
You said she was a
Now we
sheriff.
can do this. You can leave or you can go to jail with me. How about that?
Sir, listen to me, man.
Okay.